Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn to Love DIY. Today we're creating this farmhouse two-tier tray DIY, and here I'm just kind of showing you how I set it up, but it will be used as my coffee bar in the near future. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So for this tutorial you'll be needing some sort of paint. I chose a white and a light gray, and I'm using a foam brush as well as E6000. I did use a little bit of hot glue as well, and then I'm using these candlesticks that I had bought a while ago, and I'm going to be using two of those. And then I have a cake pan as well as a pie pan that I got at the Dollar Tree. I'll be using the bigger of the two for the bottom and the smaller on the top, and we're going to go ahead and get started gluing these together so we can let them get some time to dry. So what I did was put the E6000 on both edges of these two candlesticks, and then I glued them together and then placed one of my paint bottles on top to kind of put a little bit of pressure on them. I did end up having to use a little bit of hot glue on those two candlesticks, just so that you guys know it might be necessary for you guys to put a little bit of hot glue to kind of help with the gluing process. And here I'm going to go ahead and do the first layer. I'm painting both of these trays. The first layer is going to go on white, and then I'm going to be applying the lighter of the two paints, which is the gray, on top. And I decided to do that lighter gray instead of the darker gray that I have, just to give it a little bit of color, but not to make it too dark as well, to give it that farmhouse feel. And as you can see here, I am leaving the middle parts of the trays unpainted, so when then I glue on the candlesticks that'll be serving as the holders for both of these trays, I wanted to make sure that they glue on properly, so I left out the paint for the middle sections of both of these. And then here I've let the trays dry for a couple hours, and now I'm applying the second coat. And this will go on gray, the lighter gray. However, I am not doing it perfectly. I am letting some of that white paint from the bottom shine through to give it that rustic farmhouse feel. Okay, now that I've gone ahead and painted the candlesticks that I've glued together with the gray, I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to the bottom tray first. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it dry for a couple of hours. And then I will be going ahead and adhering it to the top of the tray. Okay, it's time to go ahead and glue on the top layer of the two-tier tray, and I did go ahead and paint the top part of my trays that I had left unpainted, and I made a bit of a mistake with the top tray, so I want to go ahead and painted the white layer and then the gray layer on that, and then I left it for a couple hours to dry. And when you do that, once you've completed the painting process, this is what you're left with. This is our end product. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial as I've creating it, and I thank you very much for watching.